Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, all of the above. Even supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. And what is all of that? Well, it's the beautiful reminder of choice that you have, that I have, that we all have. And what is the choice? The choice to think whatever we want to think. Remember, you can think what you please. If to think is to form, you can form what you please. Form meaning change the outcomes of your life. Now, that right there is everything that we share with you here at Elevitality, everything here within Master Your Mind. 100% of all that we share with you is all about helping you to become more aware of the hidden power you have in you, the hidden power which is all rooted in thought. I'm reminded of that beautiful gem from Robert Collier that you've heard me share many, many times, where he says, every condition, every experience of life is a result of your mental attitude. You can be only who you think you can be. You can do only what you think you can do. You can have only what you think you can have. Who you are, what you do, what you have, all depend on what you think, how you think. You can never express anything that you do not first have in mind. The secret of all power, all success, all riches is in first thinking powerful thoughts, successful thoughts, thoughts of wealth, of supply. You must build it in your own mind first. See, that's where it all starts. That's what we've been studying here at the Master Key System. Understanding that will help you to deliver this as a result in your life. This meaning your goal. Think about that. You can write down an idea on a goal card, on a sheet of paper, on whatever you want to write it on. If you're loyal to that idea, and remember, you have to think of it first, but if you're loyal to it, if you make it your dominant thought, if you make it so that it's in your heart, remember, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As you thinketh in your heart, so are you. If you do that, it's just a matter of time before it shows up in your outer world. And think about that. You could do that for anything. Change your income, change your lifestyle, change the home in which you live, the car in which you drive, your vocation, all of it. You just have to control the narrative inside. And when you do that, oh my God, everything changes. And it doesn't change a little or a lot. It changes in proportion to the change you've made inside. So if you made a lot of change on the inside, guess what kind of change is going to show up on the outside? A lot of change. If you only make a little bit of change on the inside, guess what kind of change is going to show up on the outside? Only a little. See, it's all dependent on you. And that's what we've been diving into here in this beautiful book, of which, oh my goodness, it's over here. I gotta get it off my little bookshelf here. The Master Key System. Hasn't this been amazing to go through this? We're here towards the end of it, and boy, it's been absolutely amazing. And I got to pull my other book here. The book that we're going to be studying after this, by the way, is There's No Such Thing as Self-Sabotage. Make sure you have a copy of this. And by the way, for those of you who know people who are struggling, lead them to this and then invite them to come to the study calls, because we're going to dive into this. And it's a super, super simple read. And the most beautiful part about it is it's very easy to digest and use. So with that being said, Master Key System, which is where we are, we're in the Q&A section at the very back of it. And again, this is going to be really amazing to go ahead and button this up, which will happen probably either today or tomorrow, maybe the next day, depending on how deep we go into these pages. You know how I am with these pages. I go deep into them, right? All right, so let's go into this, shall we? Let's go into this. Let's use this in our lives. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over and go to the questions. Now, we did go over the first question, but let's go over it again because it's very, very important. Now, remember, you have two minds. You have conscious mind, subconscious mind. With that being said, he poses a very big question in referring to the subconscious and the conscious minds, or the objective and the subjective, which is the technically correct expression. We have two minds which, although related, are distinct, or we have one mind with two distinct functions. Okay? Conscious mind, subconscious mind. Okay. Conscious, subconscious. Now, what's the question? We have two minds, which, although related, are distinct, or we have one mind with two distinct functions. And the answer is below. The correct expression is we have one mind with two distinct functions. Now, when you understand these two distinct functions, it makes it a whole lot easier for you to make big changes in your life. Now, just to share with you something else too, by the way, this stick person is coming your way with an in-depth mastery edition to help you to understand this stick person, to use it in your life. So be on the lookout for that as well. So there's not two minds, there's one mind with two distinct functions. Now, are the devil in religion, the negative in science, and the bad in philosophy merely imaginary manifestations of thought energy, or shall we class them as wrong yet real manifestations? The devil made me do it. How many of you have heard that before, right? If all that we have and are, all of our powers come from one eternal source, to what must we attribute these imaginary entities? Now, again, this is a really, really great question. Okay. So the answer that Charles Haanel gives is these are not imaginary entities. They are simply perversions. Perversions of what? Perversions of the truth. Now think about that. It's not this being walking around with horns, looking evil. They are simply perversions. If you use electricity for light, you call it good. If you grasp a wire which has not been properly insulated and it kills you, it is not for that reason bad or evil. Now think about that. That's such a great practical example. If you grabbed the wire that was not properly insulated, you were simply careless or ignorant of the laws governing electricity. That doesn't mean it's evil. Now, for the same reason, the one infinite power, which is the source of all power, manifests in your life either as good or evil as you make use of it constructively or destructively. See, it all stems from how you are thinking. So think about that. What he's saying here, there is no devil, no external force of evil, only misuse of the same power. For instance, that lights a city or either burns it down. It's a thought process inside. And it's the same way with thought. When you think of thought, thought is neutral in itself. It's how the thought maneuvers through your mind that actually delivers the good or bad results. It's waiting to be directed by intelligence, not ignorance. Now, understanding this one question alone can help you immensely to release a lot of weight from your shoulders, a lot of worry, a lot of doubt. I love this question and answer. It's amazing. Now let's go further. Is not the master key idea of God panesthetic? Now, listen to what he says here. This depends entirely upon your idea of pantheism. Pantheism is a loose term and may be interpreted in various ways. For instance, pantheism conceives the universe to be one eternal, involuntary evolution of an infinite being, as contrasted with atheism, which is positive denial or divine eminence or antagonism, antag antagonistism, which is dogmatic doubt of the existence in God. Now, why is this important to think? Why does he bring up this question? Well, he brings up this question because he wants to answer from it all depends on how you're thinking. Whether you call it God, mind, spirit, or whatever it is, the essence is still the same. In terms of God, it's limited to the definition that you give it. And that is really amazing and incredible if you really dive into it. Now, before we move further, for those of you watching this on the live stream, love to tap into this and use this in your life, go to elevitality.com